Hey guys, the women's team made the playoffs. Let's
Yes!
go! Let's go! Let's go!
And with that out of the way, hello, Tiger fans. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Carter Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang. With me, as always, is my so enthusiastic co-host, Nate the Little Goon Foz.
Let's go! That was so stressful.
Yes, it was. And also with us is everyone's favorite, Dan the Statman Scully.
And now we drive right back to Pagula.
Let's go!
In a bus that we hope doesn't catch fire this time.
Yes.
That was on the freaking international. That was on national news. That made ABC World News.
Dude, if only they had won that game on Friday, because I know, spoiler, but I would have made so many "this team is on fire" jokes. Oh,
He's so good.
the Tigers are so hot that the bus caught on fire.
Oh my God. Well,
we can laugh about it now because everybody's okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
Without any further ado, let's go right into it. The women had an absolutely phenomenal weekend. Okay. They had a good
It
Yes.
was as phenomenal as it needed to be.
Yeah.
Correct. Thank you. Dan, I love
The bare minimum got done, which is good.
Nate, Dan's name on Zoom is also Hair on Fire.
Hair on Fire.
That has as much to do with this week's schedule as it does what happened last weekend.
Total chaos.
Oh,
So passing this to Dan, we're just gonna jump right in with the ladies and get to the exciting part of this past weekend. So Dan, let's roll.
Tigers were not able to take the first game of the series. We kept it pretty close in the first period.
Mhm.
Tigers opened the scoring early, and I think all of us were going crazy in Discord.
It was incredible.
so at work, I had the live stats up on one side of the computer and my ordering system on the other side of the computer. My boss comes up behind me and she goes, "I like your multitasking," and I'm like, "Thank you." Better than some people that watch football on both sides of the screen on Sundays,
God.
but hey.
One of Penn State's best players, if not their best player, period, Tessa Janicki, ties it up a little over halfway through the first period.
Yeah, that was not fun.
No. First penalty of the game gave the Tigers a power play and a goal 31 seconds later by Kyla Bear with assists from Kylie Aguero and Emma Pickering. That lead would not last even 60 seconds, unfortunately. Nittany Lions would tie it at 2 headed into the break.
That's a tough one to give up too.
Yeah. With less than a minute left in the period.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tied at 2 until almost 3/4 of the way through the second period. Nittany Lions would score once again. They'd take a 1-goal lead into the second intermission. Third period, Emma Pickering said, "Okay, it's time to tie this game back up." Unassisted goal, 2.5 minutes into the third. Unfortunately, the Nittany Lions would score 2 unanswered from there. It would be a 5-3 final. Not many penalties in this game.
No, it was fairly clean.
Well, also shocking when you see who one of our referees was for this game.
Yeah, no, shocking because he actually called penalties this week.
Yeah,
That's why it's shocking.
Unlike last week where he had 0 in one game.
Well, they came close on Saturday.
Guy's an idiot.
Little less than even.
By no means was that loss. By no means was that loss a bad loss.
No.
Because you know what that game showed? That game showed that Penn State is beatable.
Yeah.
We were tied 3-3 in the third period.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough because the shot differential was massive. The fact that we stayed in the game is proof that, for one, we've got great goaltending. Serico was
Yes,
in
we
net
do.
for this one, and Sophia would be in net on Saturday. 32 saves for Sarah despite the 5 goals against. RIT only had 18 shots on goal. I think if shots are balanced out a little more, this is at least a tie, if not a win for the Tigers. But 37 to 18 on shots it's tough to win a hockey game like that.
Yeah.
And then I think the way we should do this is kind of order of events as to what happened this weekend. So for those of you who don't know or don't remember, we needed Lindenwood to get less points than we did this weekend.
Correct.
We could not tie, they could not get more. Had to be less. So we had to get at least a point. So the loss hurts. I don't think any of us were feeling good after that because it's like, uh-oh.
No.
And then Robert Morris
Decided to just
score 7 goals on Friday.
Yeah, that was
Unfortunately,
that game.
Lindenwood scored 5, including 3 in the third.
Yeah, let's not forget the fact that game
This
was
is a
pretty much
theme.
that game was 7-2. We're like, well, this is pretty much done. Like we could try to feel a bit better now.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we know, it's 7-5. We're like, what in the hell is happening right now?
Yep.
Robert Morris
I think we were all panicking at GPC.
We're
And
like,
that
oh
would
my
not be the
God.
last time we were panicking.
No.
No, not at all. Oh God, I hated
Anyway.
it, but I also loved it.
Oh my God, this was such a stressful weekend.
Saturday, early game for the Tigers again. We'd be waiting on the result of RMU Lindenwood into the evening.
And we had to get a point.
Mm-hmm.
Scoreless
Had
first
to.
period.
That didn't help.
In fact,
Honestly, I felt
largely
good about that.
uneventful first.
I felt good about that. I'm like, okay, no one scored. I'm like, yeah, we didn't score, but neither did Penn State. So,
Right.
Okay, good. Like I looked at that was solid start. Solid start.
So, no goals, but a 15-5 shot differential in favor of Penn State. So Sophia was holding her own as. I mean, how many times do we say it on this podcast? I think it's literally every episode.
Goalie you.
Goalie
That's what
you.
we are.
Second period, Tigers pull ahead 1-0 on an unassisted goal from Maddie Alvarez.
I started running around my living room. Not even kidding.
That game was so, oh my God, that game.
And then just under 2 minutes later, Penn State ties it up at 1.
And I fell back onto my couch. I was fully intent on standing the rest of the game.
And then that didn't happen.
And,
oh no, it happened.
And despite a penalty in the third period against the Tigers, nobody scored the rest of the game.
That over. Oh my God, that penalty kill was awful.
The literal stress.
I mean, no, I mean it was great. It was phenomenal. But oh my God, I did not like that at all. Although, can we talk about Addie Carr taking a penalty when you need to take a penalty?
That game was pretty much done.
That was a penalty you have to take. If you need a point, and one of their best players is on a breakaway, you haul her down. Yeah. Doesn't matter how you do it.
Addie Carr probably single-handedly saved the season doing that.
Not single-handedly. Sophia Belina single-handedly saved the season in overtime.
Well, yes. Yeah. I'm saying
she started to channel her inner Dominic Hasek in overtime.
I mean, I look at that as if Addie doesn't commit that penalty and stop that breakaway, she's probably scoring. I don't see a situation
more than likely.
Yeah, there's a very high % chance that puck is in the net and Penn State knocks us out. And I'm just kind of like, I that play right there put us on the right track because you stop the goal, you kill the penalty after that. Boom, there
Mhm.
we go. Point.
Overtime, when I tell you I could barely watch overtime, I could barely watch. Because in
Stressful.
CHA, you don't get a point for going to overtime.
I also didn't watch any of overtime because I was literally sick to my stomach and thought I was going to puke if I watched overtime. So
Yeah.
I just shut it off.
So
I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
Zoe's
I'm
getting
so
ready.
scared.
Zoe's getting ready to go. We're getting ready to leave for the men's game. She goes, "All right, you ready?" And I'm like, "No, no. You said you wanted to leave it. No, no.
They're not done yet. We gotta wait till
We're
this
not
game's
leaving
over.
until this game is over." And then, oh my god, if Jordan Bear had scored on that breakaway in overtime, I
Oh,
would have put a hole in my ceiling.
I was like, I watched that replay and I was like, oh my God, Jordan almost had it.
But I have never been so happy to not win a game in my life. Ever. That's the 2015 Sabres.
Oh,
Um, yeah. Hey, they
That was
did what they had to do, right?
Yeah.
they took care of
At
business.
this point, here's what my thought at this point was. I'm like, you know what? If Lindenwood wins, it is what it is, right?
Well, especially because Lindenwood started to come back from another insurmountable loss that it looked like they were going to blow it
Well, I
again.
hadn't gotten there yet, but
And I was
yes,
like, oh
thank
my
you.
God.
Thanks, JJ. Hadn't gotten there yet. So by the time we get to GPC, it's 2-0 Robert Morris in the first period. We're feeling good, right? Then all of a sudden it's 5-0.
And
And we're
like,
starting to feel really good. And then it was 5-1. And then it was 5-2.
5-2.
And then it was 5-3.
5-3.
and then
And
we started getting
then
scared.
the Lindenwood goaltender gets a 5-minute game for contact to the head.
Oh,
I tried to go back and look at that clip, and I don't. The Flow
Nope.
didn't have a replay of that game when I went to look for it. Yeah.
well, that's interesting.
Interesting. Well, anyway, that happened. And then literally, I believe not even like a minute later, Robert Morris took a penalty. And so it was 4-on-4 with 5-on-3 or 5-3. Lindenwood pulls the goalie, it's 5-on-4. The penalty expires. Robert Morris scores the empty net goal. I hug Dom. You get the loudest cheer of the night out of the corner crew at the men's game. The women's team going to the playoffs in a year where they deserved it.
Yep.
Also,
Yep.
holy 5 blocks for Lindsay Maloney in that game.
That was
On Saturday,
Uh-huh.
she was not ready for her Tiger career to be over.
no.
That's what that tells me.
Yeah.
21 block shots in that game.
That
And
team
21.
43 saves for Sophia.
This was a 100% team effort, not ready to die mentality.
Yeah.
And here's how I'm here. So I look at it this way. Going into this weekend now, we obviously have Penn State again. That Penn State team did not want to play us. They would much rather have a Lindenwood.
You know what told me that is when Penn State pulled their goalie in overtime.
Yeah, they wanted to bury us because
That should be on the bulletin board. That should be on every single door in the locker room at GPC.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to play you.
They wanted Lindenwood because they've
maybe
year.
that wasn't the mentality behind it, but that's how they should be taking it.
Yep.
They don't want to play you.
And
they're scared of you. That's what that tells me. They know you can beat them.
And because that game was pretty much going well, not in the end, our game pretty much decided who was good because Lindenwood would get swept. Obviously, we don't know that, but Penn State is
our game decided it because if we got 0 points, Lindenwood's in no matter what.
Yep. And so that was we want to beat RIT so they do not come back here. We do not. We would rather get to pick our opponent and play them than play Lindenwood than play us. And they don't get that. They have to play us again. And I also think if that overtime goes a few minutes longer, I think we take it. And now we have the opportunity of there is no more the overtime ends and it's a tie. Now you've got to going forward, there is no more
You
whatever.
have to beat us.
You have to beat us. Which they've done. But they've also lost to us once and tied us once. So
You ready? I'm going to read off the scores from the Penn State Lindenwood games this year.
mhm.
In St. Louis, they swept them 4-2 and 8-2. In State College, they won 10-1 and 6-1.
Yeah, I want to play Lindenwood also after that.
In our games this year against Penn State, it was 4-0. All 4 goals came in the third period. Whatever. And then RIT won 3-2 in overtime after being up 2-0 in that game. And then 5-3 and 1-1.
Game's been close.
Can't tell me Penn State would rather play RIT.
You mean rather play Lindenwood?
No, there is like they can say, "Oh, we wanted to play RIT. We like this matchup." No, you don't. Shut
No,
up.
you don't. No, you don't. You'd much
You
rather play
literally
Lindenwood.
proved that is not true when you pulled your goalie in overtime. I wish I could go, man.
Oh, I know.
Which season was the last one where we had at least 13 wins?
While
That's a while ago.
18-19 probably.
Nope.
17-18.
Nope.
16-17. Had to have been 14-15 then.
Yep.
Wow.
And
You know who we
what
beat
did
in the
we do
playoffs that year?
Penn State.
You know who we beat in the playoffs that year in the quarterfinals?
Penn State.
Penn State. Know who was on the ice?
Celeste Brown.
Celeste Brown.
Only one of those statements is true.
What?
Did we not play Penn State?
We did not play Penn State in the
Yeah, we
for the
did.
start. Nope.
In the quarterfinals, we definitely did. Because they were the last seed.
We played Robert Morris.
In the semis.
Oh my God, Nate has been
In
out
the
all ice
quarters.
hockey. Insane.
Oh, was it?
Then we played
Was it Penn
Mercyhurst
State the year
in the
before?
semis. And
I
beat
thought, it was the
Syracuse
year
in
before.
double overtime.
Yes, you're
to
right.
win
It
the
was the year
title.
before.
Rip
It was
Nate.
the year before. You're right.
His
My
knowledge
bad, my
was
bad.
just oh my God, this is
My
going to
bad.
be recorded.
That was 10 years ago.
Brother man, you name people who from the D3 era for the men's side, like off the top of your head. I don't want to hear it
Steve
from
Toll.
you.
Yeah, fun fact. He played for the Nighthawks. Make that one make sense.
So that what?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh God.
If we're gonna dive into box lacrosse, I'm
This
just
poor
gonna
guy
say
went to
one
the
name:
inferior sport.
John Tavares.
Ooh,
So went to the,
Buffalo.
Anyways.
Anyway,
so-
if anybody really cares, Danham Stillner Thunder Mercyhurst swept Syracuse 3-2-4-1. That
Yeah,
didn't really
shocker.
matter.
Syracuse sucks. So
So
going
does their
over.
ring.
Yep, correct. Going over the final standings for the CHA after the regular season. Syracuse finished in dead last and was eliminated from postseason contention with only 10 points on the year. Lindenwood was eliminated on Saturday afternoon when they choked their season away by losing to Robert Morris.
All they had to do was win a game.
Yep, couldn't even do
Against
that.
a team that had
Sucked.
nothing to play for.
They finished the season with 14 points. RIT finishes fourth in the regular season with 15 points, narrowly beating out Lindenwood for the fourth and final spot in the postseason. Robert Morris finished third with 23 points. Mercyhurst finished second with 28, and Penn State finished first with 30. I am very interested to see what happens here.
Yeah.
With this postseason.
Well, I
either
think
way, the
Mercyhurst Robert Morris is going to be a heck of a series.
Yeah, it is.
One.
Either
That's
way,
gonna take 3 games.
I could see both series going 3, man.
I could see it too.
I could.
I could.
We can win a game.
I see
We
it
can win
happening.
2.
We need to come out and win Friday first. We need
if we win Friday.
I'm not going to say it's done, but it's going to be hard.
No, it's not done, but
it'll be Penn State.
it's very far from done.
Because when's the last time this Penn State team was playing for their lives against an inferior opponent? Like never.
Never.
They were pretty much. It was pretty much like, yeah, Penn State will win the last couple seasons.
Their last, I mean, yeah, they won CHA last year and went to the tournament, but they had arguably the best goalie in the conference at that time in Josie,
Yeah.
which is wild to say in a conference that has the goaltenders that it does.
Yes.
Look, Penn State's beatable if you shut down that top line. They
Yep.
don't really have much else. And Desa, have we ever figured out how to say her name?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Desa, we're gonna go with Desa. She's good. She's really good. But can she win them a game when they need it? Like, say the top line doesn't play well, we don't know. She hasn't had to do it yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Penn State team that should not feel comfortable at all. And I don't think they will because they have great coaching and their coaches will get them ready and blah, blah, blah. We just played them, whatever. This is a hungry Tiger team.
Yeah.
They know they can do it.
Yeah, it is.
They've got here's the thing. They've got nothing to lose. We weren't even supposed to be here.
No,
We weren't even in a playoff spot last week.
Where
And
were
now
we
here
in the
we are.
preseason poll, Nate?
Dead
6.
last.
And how many teams are in the league?
Shove it. Shove it.
I love when Nate gets mad.
We said on this podcast, there's no way this team's finishing 6th. And I said,
correct.
pin that on the board. Take your preseason poll and shove it.
We should put that on Instagram. We should repost the preseason poll and be like, how'd that turn out for you? I'm gonna do that if we're done recording.
I'm about to go find it, actually. You guys keep talking.
Nate's
You
gonna go
guys
do it
keep
right now.
I'm going to go do it right now.
This is gonna be fun to watch for people when they watch it on like Thursday or Friday and they're like, oh, now we have the context behind why that was posted at that specific time.
I'm just going to put the thinking emoji.
Oh yeah.
Mercyhurst Robert Morris, though, is going to be a really good series.
That series is
Yeah.
gonna be nuts.
I mean, those two had some very good games this year, other than the first one.
I would much rather
when
play
Mercyhurst won
RMU.
9-2.
I would, selfishly speaking, I'm hoping. Obviously, we want us to win.
Yeah.
But please, dear God, can Mercyhurst lose and we play RMU? Because I would rather play RMU.
For driving wise, I'd rather play Mercyhurst because it's about an hour and a half closer. But hey,
Oh my God, you're right. We could go to.
we can go to
Hey,
both.
ladies, you want some fans at a championship game? Beat the crap out of Penn State.
And
please.
the men's team's off. Oh my God.
We get
If it's an afternoon game, dude, shut up.
bus.
We're gonna have so many people.
Bus.
So it's weird. Mercyhurst's 2 wins this year were blowouts. Robert Morris's 2 wins were close by a goal.
Interesting.
Mercyhurst won 9-2 and 6-1. Robert Morris won where'd it go? 3-2 and 2-1.
So we should expect either a straight up slaughter or a close game.
Tessa Janicki was named CHA preseason player of the year.
Yeah, that.
Shocker.
I think they got that one right.
Yeah, that one. I'll give you that.
Their preseason all CHA was Janicki, Sarah Boucher, Morgan Knightsky. Yeah, they nailed this.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Where's the preseason poll? Oh, here it is. In first, Penn State. In second, Mercyhurst. In third, Robert Morris. Yeah, whatever. In fourth, they had Syracuse. Fifth, they had Lindenwood. Dang, they nailed. They went 4 for 6. That's pretty good.
They confused the orange teams.
Much like the Robert Morris play-by-play guy when we were down there.
Oh, it was so annoying. Yeah. So big weekend coming up. It's going to say this is like, here we go. Like, this is going to be a very hard series overall. You're gonna have to pull out everything you've got to beat these guys because they are the best team in the conference for a reason.
Yep.
It is. This is to say it'll be. I don't want to say it would be easier if you get past them, but this is going to be a very hard weekend.
I
I'm going to say
think-
the series takes 3 games.
Dan and I are hoping it goes 3.
Yeah.
We're getting in the car and we're going, right? Pick you up at 7:30.
Actually,
Sunday morning.
with Saturday's schedule clear, I might be going down Saturday.
Oh,
for it. Go.
That's you should go.
Man, you're gonna make me drive down there by myself. I'll offer to pick some people up. Who wants to go? Get in the car. Leave it at 8 o'clock.
Josh liked the story, so there you go. People are already reacting to that.
I think Mercyhurst takes their series in 3, though.
I'm gonna say Robert Morris in 3.
I think Mercyhurst, it just comes down to the talent, and Mercyhurst has the talent. Disgusting.
Not fair.
Not fair.
It's not fair,
It's not.
and you're not wrong saying that, Dan. So yeah,
It
it'll be an
is-
interesting weekend.
it's-
We'll be here for all of it. So
Oh, and
Get it done. Get it done.
win.
Us against the world mentality.
well,
RAT versus everybody.
Yep.
oh, and
Nobody
I think,
believes in you.
I think we're on the verge of a new golden age for this program.
I think you're right.
I mean,
I think
It's-
we're a few pieces away from it really being a powerhouse again.
what does it say that we had 9 more wins in the regular season than last year? And we're sitting
So-
here going, we wish it was more.
Yeah.
Because it
Let's
could
be
have
honest.
been
There
more.
were some games this year where, I mean, we only beat Lindenwood once. We
That-
lost to Syracuse twice. This team could have easily had 4 or 5 more wins this year.
We could have been in second place.
We almost beat Minnesota.
We almost beat St. Lawrence in their building, no less, on a
Yeah.
Thursday.
That I think, and it's taken a long time to get here.
Mhm.
The last 3 years were brutal. Brutal to watch. Even
Yep.
before. Even before it was hard to watch because especially for me, knowing where this program was and where it should be, there was a big gap from where it was and where it should be. And I don't think we're there yet. We're not there yet,
We're close.
but we're close. And let me tell you this. So
We're, like,
a
right
bunch of us
there.
stayed after the men's game Saturday to welcome the women back home. And that was awesome. They were so excited. They really enjoyed it, really appreciated it. While the girls were jumping around, I tried to find Celeste. And I found her, and just the smile on her face just made it all worth it because she was here in the golden age. Her class was the golden age.
Yep. And
For
now
this
here she
program.
is building the next one.
Now here she is building the next one, and dude, let me tell you, this team's going to be scary next year.
Hmm.
You know what that smile on her face said? 2 words. We're back.
Yep.
Shh. Don't
Hey,
tell anybody.
Lexi and Aaron, clip that soundbite of Dan for a hype video.
We're back. And everybody else should be freaking terrified.
Be scared. The sleeping tiger has finally woken.
Let me tell you, if they can win this series,
Oh my God! I would
They-
not want to be the other
it
team.
100%.
doesn't matter who Robert
Doesn't
Morris
matter.
or Mercyhurst, which one of those teams wins. The momentum rolling out of GPC for championship weekend, you're not going to be
Will be
able to stop it.
Insurmountable.
Get it done, girls. Get it done.
They can do it.
Look,
They
you've
can
got
do it.
everybody. everybody in Tiger Nation behind you,
Mhm.
and we got your back. And I do want to say this: no matter what happens this weekend, no matter what, we are proud of you. But job's not done. We chanted, "We're not done yet," the other night. And I want to be doing that again on Saturday night or Sunday night. Doesn't matter when.
Mhm. Let's do it.
Let's go. Best time of year, baby. Best time of year.
Playoff hockey here. It's finally back.
Anything can happen in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Especially with RIT.
0-0, man.
That 2015 team had no business winning the CHA. None. And they did it anyway. The team
Alright.
2 years ago had no business winning any games. And they almost went to the
And they almost
championship
won the
game.
championship. After beating the literal brakes off of Lindenwood, too.
If there is one program that everybody should be scared of in the postseason, it's RIT because they've
RIT.
proven it,
Mm-hmm.
especially against Penn State. Oh, get it done, girls. Get it done. We got you.
Mm-hmm. All right, hopping now over to the men's side, we had two, I'd say overall, decent weekend. Really good game Friday, and then a not so great one on Saturday. So we're going to start with Friday. I'm going to pass it to Nate, and we're going to get going with that. Friday, let me add, was probably the most insane game to ever be played at the Policy Center in the history of ever. Not because of the outcome, but not because of the outcome, but because of what occurred during the game. So let's just get to that.
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm putting the Niagara game way over this game.
Yeah,
from 2 weeks ago. That and it's
talking
probably it's
level
not
of
even
chaos is
um
for this one was much higher than Niagara.
yes, it was complete and utter chaos. Okay. So all day I had been telling people, look, RIT Air Force is either a 2-1 game or a 7-6 game. I was right on one of those, kind of.
Kind of.
Tanner Andrew got us rolling 254 in, a puck that I took forever to get across the line. And good thing they called it. Good thing they called it a goal on the ice, because the fact that Air Force broke our overnet camera, they wouldn't have been able to review that. So,
thank you for that one.
Thank you for that one, which means they couldn't even challenge it to say that didn't go in, because I mean it was in. Like, you could clearly see it.
It very much was in, but
yeah, whatever. And then
remember when I said that?
Yep, Scully. This
Christian
one's on you,
Catalano was cleaning up his game.
Yeah, Dan ate his words. Now, however,
Catalano took a 5-minute major, which okay. I'm glad they didn't give him the game. I didn't think it deserved a game.
No, at the same time,
it wasn't that bad.
That major ended up benefiting us fairly well at about 2 minutes later.
Not the
Carter
first
Wilkie,
time we've seen 2 shorthanded goals scored on the same penalty this year.
Carter Wilkie is unbelievable at hockey. Okay, we'll put it out there. So Tigers clear the puck, goes down the ice. Cody Laskowski on the hustle play steals the puck from the defender, finds one Carter Wilkie all alone in the slot. He rips it home, buries it, shorthanded goal. GPC goes nuts, right? Great shot. It was his first goal since the Friday Robert Morris game.
Lordy, it's been a hot minute.
In January, so almost a month. So thank God for that.
And then he followed it up with another one.
And then we're thinking, okay, yeah, all right. So, all right, we got one. All right, kill the rest of the penalty and let's roll. Aiden Hansen-Buchanan makes a great play on the defender, chips the puck up the ice. Carter Wilkie gets hauled down by said Air Force defender, no penalty. Then he gets back up because the Air Force guy fell, gets back up, goes in on Blessing, and it was one of the most disgusting moves I've ever seen in my life. If you see my Discord profile picture, that was my reaction. My jaw was on the floor. Carter Wilkie just scored his second shorthanded goal on the same penalty. And I didn't know what to think, because I'm like, this is not what I expected. And then Guy Blessing went to the bench, and it was all
timeout.
Corner.
Air Force.
Timeout.
We sat there, we watched Blessing skate to the bench and went, there is no way that Frank Serratori is pulling him right now. There is no way.
And then Mason Balboa got off the bench. And
And
are
I'm
you
like, there's
kidding
oh
me?
my god.
To make
We
it
did
even
we
more
did what's his
interesting,
name twice in the first period.
Guy Blessing
never
let in
happened.
3 goals on 5 shots.
He was a sieve that game. Sieve.
Yeah. And okay, so not all his fault either. By the way,
No,
we're gonna
he
put
was
that out
he
there.
was left out to dry by crappy defense.
He
a
got
few
left
times.
out to dry, and that's why they called the timeout, and that's why they pulled him. It was more of a wake up call, and that backfired. Because at the start of the second, Elijah Gonzalez, literally 21 seconds in, Dom hadn't even gotten back to his seat yet because he was getting food,
He was getting
and he
some
goes,
snacks.
and Elijah Gonzalez absolutely undressed the Air Force defender and roofed it as he was falling down. Thank you.
And then that made ECH's
The Air
goals of the
Force
week, which
guys'
was nuts.
jock strap was in row 27. I don't even know if we have 27 rows.
don't
I think
think
they're
we do.
lettered. I think they're
Probably
lettered
not.
anyway. So
You
know what I mean.
Row AA.
Yeah. Dude, what a move.
So funny.
And then Air Force decided to play hockey. Holt
scored-
Oliphant on a
Yeah.
definitely was a high stick, but they didn't have the angle for it, so whatever.
That was not a high stick. I
Yes, it
watched
was.
the
I will
replay
stand by
5
it.
times.
I
It
will
was
stand-
not a high
Dan?
stick.
Dan,
put your orange colored glasses on for 5 damn minutes and be on our side.
I don't know. It looks like I'm the only one here that doesn't need glasses.
You know what?
right? I'm blind as a bat. Anyway, and then
Right.
Brendan Gibbons banks one off Casero's foot and in from the corner. That was a tough one.
And this is where I'm thinking, oh no, here comes Air Force. This is not going to be good.
Yeah. But then Cody Laskowski on the power play on an absolute laser from the high
Shut
slot
up.
said, "Not today, boys." And so we go into the third period with a 5-2 lead. Now, Air Force took another penalty. First mistake. Second mistake was leaving Carter Wilkie wide open back door because on the Casero shot, which they had already done once in this game, Casero took the shot off the pad, bang, Carter Wilkie hat trick. I believe it was, Dan, correct me if you know it, it was either the 18th or the 19th hat trick in the Division I era.
I think it was 19.
One of the two. 19. All right, whatever. So where I was standing, I was on the step right before the bottom of 118. So there's a netting right here. I had to throw my hat at an angle, like curve it to get onto the ice. And then all the hats ended up on the ice. It was amazing. Then we got
all the hats and
other things that we won't mention. Also, the guy that threw the water bottle, dude, stop being an asshole.
20th Division I hat trick.
20th hat
oh,
trick.
even
All right.
better.
To the guy who, somebody chucked a water bottle from the top of the corner group. That's what gets us a penalty. Don't do that.
I didn't even see the water bottle.
I did, because it almost
was
nailed the
looking at
ref in the head.
I was looking at the other thing.
Jesus Christ, don't do
Like,
that.
where the hell did that come
Yeah.
from?
Whatever.
Can you mention it, please? Because it's really funny.
No. And then Matthew Wild gets in on the scoring party off the face-off from Fukakusa. I thought he was passing it. He did not look like he was in a position. And so that goal should tell you what kind of a night it was for Air Force, because he had no business shooting that puck, and it definitely should not have gone in.
Oh.
And
then out comes Mason Balboa.
And then Mason Balboa comes out of the net. And freaking Carter Clafton gets his first collegiate action in a 7-2 game. Welcome to the league, buddy. Hey, he didn't give up a goal though. He made 3 saves. Good for him.
Yeah, he served it better than Blessing and Balboa did by not getting scored on at all.
Well, even though Blessing only made 2 saves, he was not charged with the loss.
Oh, was Balboa charged with the loss?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, because he probably played more time. Okay.
No.
Played more, gave up more, and he gave up the game winner.
The last one is what mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to tell me the goalie could get hurt? You could lose a game. You come in at the start of overtime, give up the goal that wins it in overtime, and you get the loss. That blows.
It makes
That
sense.
sucks.
it makes total
What the
sense,
hell?
but that
That sounds like
sucks.
crap.
Anyway, and then an awesome moment with 4:23 left. Tommy Scarfoni's night was done. He had done his job. And Daniel Chenard gets his first on-record action in a Tiger uniform. That was freaking awesome. The whole corner crew chanting Shenny when he came into the net was awesome.
Oh,
I don't know if he heard it, but I think somebody told him about it after. Because somebody was saying that, he really appreciated it. His family was in town because it was senior weekend. So I'm glad we finally got him in. Now we don't have to play him against Canisius, but yeah, it feels good. I'm glad he got in. He gave up a goal, but he made some good saves at the end of that as well.
I mean, the goal he gave up was
Um,
also just kind of like a weird,
Yeah,
like
all 3 goals for Air Force were
Yeah.
fluky, and we haven't used that word in a while.
no.
So
we need to get back to using that again because that was kind of our thing last year.
well, no, because that meant we were giving up goals.
Or we were scoring fluky goals.
True.
I mean, the first one was like the penalty one that was called off and then was given. The second one was off Casero's skate. And the third one, it looked like tipped off someone accidentally, then like went off Chenard's arm pad. Funny, or one of his
Yeah.
legs. Doesn't matter. Who cares? We still won by a
But
lot.
won the game 7-3 final. We lost the face-off battle in this game, by the way. Just kind of
Which
crazy.
you probably wouldn't have believed looking at our score, but
Air Force's bread and butter, the thing that got them, that has been getting them wins, is their power play. They went 0 for 4 and gave up 2 shorties. Where our power play went 2 for 5.
I knew this
That
game was over
included
after the
almost
first.
all of that 5-minute major too.
Yeah.
They
This game
did
was over
take
after the
a
first.
bench minor towards the end of it, but
I mean,
It was,
dude,
you know what it was? It was your favorite rule, Dan. It was the face-off violation.
I mean,
the look on JJ's face when I started chanting BOX was classic. He's like, what?
I'm like, what the hell just happened? You're like, face-off violation. Oh, wait. Because I didn't realize it was like, face-off violation is that one penalty that I can never tell what's going on. Because all I see is just whistle, hand, and I'm like, what is going on right now? And then I see a guy go into the box. I'm like, what just occurred here? And then it's, oh, no, wait, it's face-off violation. Never mind. This game, in my mind, ended after Wilkie scored that second shorthanded goal. This dude scored 2 shorthanded goals in the same goddamn power play. I'm sorry. My heart would have, if I was an Air Force player, every last ounce of hope I had left was sucked out of my lungs during that sequence. That dude single-handedly said, pack your crap and get out of my building for the night. That's pretty much what he did. Literally.
Jay sent this in Discord after what Ed said, by the way.
Oh, by the way, I do have, there's a picture that I got from the TV broadcast for that game, for the Friday game. And
Yeah.
it is all of our hats lying on the ice.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
You can very clearly see there's Nate's hat.
Yeah.
And then there's
how it got
hat
all the way
right
out there, I have
right
no
off to
idea.
I don't know how you made it. Also, you can also see Aaron's hat is right there, the NHL one. Also, damn, he's got a cannon. He's out there from the top. Good Lord. Man should have played baseball.
Nah, he ran down the stairs.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Dude, from that spot, your hat won't make it out of the ice. You got to run down the stairs if you're
unless you're
there,
like, you know, Clayton Kershaw, maybe you can.
Josh Allen.
You know
Come
what?
on, man.
Baseball season right now. Football's done.
It's not baseball.
Take it. Daniel Chenard finally gets credit for being a Tiger officially on the stat sheet.
After 4 whole years, he finally gets it.
And honestly, though, good for him.
Yes, I was
really,
so
I'm happy for him because
he very easily could have put Luke in, and he didn't. He chose to.
Well, if anybody was going in, it was going to be Chenard. He could have left Tommy in, and it's good because I know they've wanted to get him into the game for the last 2 years. There just hasn't been the right opportunity.
No.
And because, pairwise implications even last year for the Air Force games, like if we had lost the Air Force in either of those two games, our pairwise was tanked.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
So it was good that he finally got into a game. He's on record now, officially. Made a couple nice saves too. He had a glove save through a screen.
They did.
Air Force put one right into his chest, but hey, what can you do? It counts as a save. And
Yeah.
overall, a good night at the Policini Center. It was a good night to be a Tiger that night. Felt good beating Air Force because I love beating them because of all the times they beat us, especially in the postseason. So
Yeah.
always feels good. Saturday, not so much.
Yeah, that wasn't as fun.
What was fun, it was the third sellout in Policini Center history.
That was crazy.
First one since the home opener in 2018, which was awesome.
Tim asked me how the hell I knew that off the top of my head. I just had to look at him and go, yeah.
Useless knowledge we all possess. That's what I would have answered. It's just what it is.
Well, they gave up like 3,000 free tickets.
Yeah.
Then there's that.
It was a purpose. It was like an on purpose sellout.
Yeah.
This was a just happened to be sold out, which was awesome.
It was a true sellout.
For sure. Air Force got us. It was 0-0 after one. Okay, right. We knew Air Force was going to come out and play better Saturday.
There was
right?
no chance the guy.
No, but that was not going to happen again.
No.
Like, come on. If you honestly thought that was going to happen again, that's on you. Sorry you were disappointed. Use logic next time. Air Force got on the board early in the second, 3:54 in, and yeah, that was a tough goal to give up. Never want to give up the first goal, but especially in a game where I think if we had scored first, this is a whole different game.
Yeah.
Whoever
scored first was winning that game after the first.
Matty Wild with his second goal of the weekend. I mean, is he the favorite for freshman of the year in Atlantic hockey? Has there been another freshman in Atlantic that's
Matt Wild might win rookie?
He's making a case. Dan's gonna pull up the rookie scoring.
I don't know.
He's not
as easy to get to as it should be, but that's not the. Okay, I'm blaming sidearm for this.
Always blame sidearm. Matthew Wild, 12 goals, 23 points this year. Having a heck of a freshman campaign. Kind of nice to see. And, the other two on that line is Fukakusa and Catalano have been contributing. Caddy's been contributing to some other things, but I'm sure he's going to fix that in the next 3 years.
Fukakusa's been. I feel like if you have to rank those three guys, then they're like, I don't want to say level of importance, but like how well they've been doing, it's very easily Wild, Fukakusa, Catalano.
And I think Catalano needed some time to get adjusted as well. And he's been, like Dan said, he's been playing better.
He has
as of late.
Yeah,
and it showed because he got a goal 2 weeks ago against Niagara, and but yeah,
he's been taking some shots too that have been kind of fun. Like he's been taking some funky shots that have led to some opportunities. So,
and then Grady Hobbs. God, if there was a guy that was due on this team, it was Hobbsy.
Good Lord,
I think it was Tanner Andrew on Friday, and then it was Grady Hobbs on Saturday. Both of them needed a goal bad. Good to see Hobbsy get on the board. Aiden with 2 points on senior night. And again, we'll talk more about the seniors and the guys not coming back. In our season recap, same with the women, because they're not done yet.
Could I possibly be reading this right? If I'm reading the conference website right, this says that Tommy Scarfoni is the only goaltender in the conference that has a shutout this year. That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right at all. That's definitely not right.
Air Force would score 2 goals in the third and win the game. Both teams went 1 for 3 on the power play. Tommy Scarfoni had a nice night. Yep, same old. Guy Blessing made 41 saves in this game. Yeah, Figured it
Guy
out,
Blessing
guys.
was not going to get beat again. Let's put it that way. There was no chance he was going to lose that Saturday. He is too good of
Yeah,
a
Dan,
goaltender to get swept.
The first thing I checked, Nils Wallstrom, he has a shutout.
Yeah,
there's-
I'm confused as to what I'm looking at right
Also,
now.
we got shut out against Mercyhurst, so yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
there's that too, isn't there?
That's the first one I should have thought of.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason you didn't think of that one because it's sad. But
I wanted to put that out of my brain.
Dan, would you like to do the scores around the league for this past weekend so I can go over the standings?
It's the only
Sure.
game we've been shut out in this year, by the way, and we put 52 shots. God.
AIC takes math is hard 4 points from Mercyhurst. 4-1 win Friday, a 2-2 tie on Saturday with Mercyhurst winning the shootout. Was that which one of these games was the one with 500 misconducts in it? That one.
Holy Cross Sacred
Yeah,
Heart.
Holy
It was-
Cross
it
Sacred
was
Heart on Saturday.
Yeah, it was that one.
Speaking of that, Holy Cross picks up the sweep 5-1 and 2-1.
That is in Holy Cross is on a heater.
I don't
right
like them
now.
anymore, please. That's gonna get me. I'm scared.
They are on fire. Thank God we mathematically cannot face them until the championship game.
And let's hope that someone
this
beats
point.
them before then.
Yes, and hopefully somebody beats them before then, because
Oh,
I will
God.
have flashbacks.
That would be terrifying. I don't like the sound of that at all.
Canisius puts up a pair of 5 spots to take 5 points.
Oh,
5-3 and 5-4 in overtime on Saturday. Army splits with Niagara. 3 goals in each game for the Black Knights. Niagara put up 6 on Friday and a nice big goose egg on Saturday.
Fuck idiots.
Idiots.
And then
Purple State.
Niagara must have been angry because they put 4 up against Mercyhurst yesterday, which would have been Tuesday. Since yesterday will not be Tuesday when this goes up.
That's how
It
time
might,
works.
it might be Thursday. Who knows?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, in the Saturday Holy Cross Sacred Heart game, 4 10-minute misconducts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coincidental roughing minors. All at the same stoppage.
Come on,
Plus-
man. Suspensions. That's what we want to see. Suspensions.
You know, I never went back and watched this, which sucks because I should have.
So you're gonna do it now. That's what you're saying.
Probably, actually, yeah.
Probably. There he
So
goes. Look at
coming
him.
up this week on Thursday, because this really weird schedule thing worked out. Niagara played Mercyhurst on Tuesday in Erie. On Thursday, they will play Mercyhurst at Niagara. And then on Saturday, they'll go back to Erie to play Mercyhurst.
Well, because that was the makeup game
Ugh.
for the
Right.
Blizzard.
Yeah. Holy Cross also has a game hosting Bentley on Thursday. That is the last game for Holy Cross for the regular season. Army brings AIC to West Point 7 and 4 Friday, Saturday. Air Force has the Colonials of Robert Morris coming to town. 7:05 Mountain, 5:05 Mountain. I'm glad I didn't try to do the conversion because I would have gotten it wrong. And Bentley finishes a 2 games in 3 days, hosting Sacred Heart on Saturday. And your Tigers have a home and home with Canisius.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So.
Oh yeah. They're throwing punches.
Oh, he's talking about that. Never mind.
Yeah, the goalie got snowed.
Oh yeah, that's gonna lead to it.
Oh yeah,
So,
big time.
so
But they didn't call the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for the snowing.
Nah, it was just everybody throwing punches.
No, they did. No, they didn't.
Oh, they
It
did?
wasn't at the same
No.
stoppage. There was
Oh,
another
it just kept going.
unsportsmanlike conduct later in the game.
God, I
So
love Atlantic hockey. Everybody just hates each other.
it's the best. Just hate all around. Anyways, looking at this current standings as they reside right now, Robert Morris is in 11th with 25 points. Army narrowly has jumped them to the 10th spot with 26 points. In 9th is Mercyhurst with 27 points. Canisius resides in 8th with 33. Bentley is in 7th with 36. And then here's where it gets funky. We got to
It's fun.
technically speaking, it is a three-way tie for 4th between Air Force, Niagara, AIC. But with the way tiebreakers with Niagara, if the season were to end now, would end in 4th. And I do believe it would be AIC and then Air Force, right?
Nope.
Air Force and AIC.
Yeah.
So AIC would finish 6th, which would put
So-
them out of the which give
Out of the
would not
bye.
give them out of the bye. Massive. Now, Sacred Heart is in 3rd with 44 points. Holy Loss has jumped their way up to 2nd by not being Holy Loss and sweeping Sacred Heart to get there with 46 points. And RIT remains lonely at the top with 48. Now, however, we have a
Holy
game.
cross.
I hate you.
Dan, that was great, but you're an ass.
Stop.
Now here's where it gets fun for us. We have a game in hand on both Holy Cross and Sacred Heart. Both those teams only play one game.
Sacred Heart cannot catch us.
Sacred Heart can no longer mathematically catch us. Holy Cross, however, theoretically can. Mathematically speaking, they can. If they lose their Thursday game, which at the time of this recording is either going to already have concluded or will be happening when it comes out. If Holy Cross loses Thursday, we win the first round. We win the conference regular season championship without even having to play, because they will mathematically be unable to catch us.
Even if they go to overtime,
even if they go to overtime,
we
doesn't
secure
matter.
the 1 seed at minimum.
Yes, correct. All we literally have to do is get 2 points minimum. Oh, 1. Sorry, you're right. 1 point. All we have to do is get 1 point Friday or Saturday, preferably Friday, to clinch.
How about we
the
get
first round.
6?
Let's just sweep
I
them.
think that's a little more preferably.
That sounds more fun to me, but I mean, I'd rather Holy Cross just lose, so these last games mean like straight up nothing standings wise. That'd be kind of more fun.
Yeah, but let's be honest, probably not.
Now the good news is the Tigers have clinched home ice through the semis. We have clinched the 2 seed. We cannot drop farther than that, so that is mint a-okay with me. So we're in good shape going into the playoffs. We will have them. We clinched the first round bye last week, and now we've clinched home ice through the semis. We will play the quarterfinals at home. We will theoretically then play the semifinals at home, but there is no lock that a potential Atlantic Hockey Championship game would be at GPC unless we get 1 more point this weekend, which I'm feeling pretty confident we're probably going to do that. So I'm not really. There are multiple scenarios in which we win the conference.
Let's just say this. Keep March 23rd open on your calendar at 7:05.
I would definitely be doing
Which
that.
is why I wish the Krause Simmons Trophy wasn't being contested at 5 o'clock.
So yeah, like Dan said, Canisius is going to roll their way into the Policini Center on Friday. Whether or not these games will mean anything, we will not know until after Thursday. So regardless, it's a Canisius series. I don't really care what it's going to matter in terms of the standings. Beat them both games.
That was quick.
Oh, I hate them.
Just make your lead even more than it was before on the conference.
Make sure they don't get a home. Make sure they don't get a home game.
Oh yeah.
Because if Mercyhurst takes care of business against Niagara, and we sweep Canisius goes down to the 9, and they don't get to play at Harbor Center the rest of the year. Oh, but we won the league last year. Shut up.
Congratulations. That was last
Congratulations.
year. Half your team left and your goaltender abandoned you. So congratulations.
You won 2 championships in the 25 years you've been Division 1. Congratulations.
We've won way more than that.
Can I remind everybody the last time, or not the last time? I don't want to talk about the last time that Canisius was here. I kind of don't
Last
want to
time we
talk
weren't
about
there.
the time that they were here. The last time they were at GPC last season either, because we also lost that game in overtime. But
Yeah, they freaking own us in our rank right now, and I hate that.
Can we talk about the fact that we put a 10 spot up on Jacob Barchevsky before the break?
I like
and
talking
then,
about that way better.
and then Ryan Nicholson went in there and scored with 2 seconds left to end the game in the Harbor Center, clinching that we now own their building. Can we talk about
I
those two
think the
games?
crazy part is that Ryan Nicholson scored a goal.
Hey, he scored
that
Let's
wasn't
be
very
honest here.
nice.
Let's be honest here. That's not his game.
No, it's not
It's
his
not
game.
his game.
No.
Can I say
Um,
I love the fact that Nate and I have this joke now where whenever he comes down to like chill with us in the corner or like do something down there, if somebody skates by the wall, like the one day we're sitting there and what did you yell? You were sitting there, you're like Tanner Andrews so bad at hockey. People are like talking about we're trying to like reverse psychology this and then like he scores. And then he did that game, which was hilarious.
We did it during the UNH game, and Grady Hobbs scored. So now it's just a thing.
Nate literally in that game said Grady Hobbs sucks, and then like 30 seconds later, Grady Hobbs scored.
I didn't say Grady Hobbs sucks. I said
Hey,
he's
man.
been having a rough year.
No, you said let's straight
And
up
then he
Grady
scored.
Hobbs sucks. And then he scored, and it was like, we don't mean any of this, by the way. This is basically
No.
just we're saying it to be like we say it and they do something good.
It's like when we were in this building and we were just yelling shutout at the Syracuse goalie.
Can I say I love that joke now?
We've beaten Canisius only 3 times since COVID.
We need to do it twice more. I would
in 12 games.
Yeah. I'm gonna say sweep this weekend. I don't think that we're gonna lose either of these games.
No, because sure, we might not have anything to play for, but it's still Canisius.
It's still Canisius, and we know from interviewing players that they hate them, so they're not
Hey.
gonna want to.
They don't like us either.
And I'm also
So-
gonna put it this way.
I thought 2008 was a festival of love and fun at Ritter.
Lord have
Oh, it's been longer than that, dude. These teams have been going at each other since Division 3.
Also, to put it another way, I would rather so let's say theoretically Holy Cross loses. I think Tommy should still play. I think
Tommy starts Friday.
Tommy starts Friday. Let Luke play Saturday. I think that
Yep.
makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. That's the plan.
You want to give these guys as much time in the ice as possible because you do not want them sitting too long and then they
Right.
get kind of iffy before with that first round bye. That's the only thing. I love the first round bye because guys get to rest. I also hate the first round bye because guys get to rest. That's kind of what I hate about it. I hate when
I'm going to disagree with you on that because I'm knocking on wood as I say this. RIT has been to the semifinals every time they've gotten a bye.
True.
And we always never get there when we don't get the bye. So I like the bye.
That's fair. Now the big
well,
question
and
is,
we've got some guys that are a little banged up, and it gives them
Like
some time
Jeffrey?
to rest. Yeah,
we need I love Jeff. I want to yell his name is Jeff in a playoff game. That's
He's
just
gonna-
be the greatest thing
well,
ever.
hey, all Adam Jeffrey does is score big goals in the playoffs. So literally, so
Oh no, that's Xavier
um,
Lapointe too. That's all he does also.
yeah,
I'm gonna also say this in the sense of this weekend is going to be crazy in terms of how like the current seating as it is now is definitely not going to stay the way it is.
oh, Atlantic Hockey is going to be the most fun conference in the country this
Considering
weekend.
the fact that the 4 seed is a 3-way tie and the fact that the bottom 3
And
seeds
that's a
are
bye.
separated by
Yeah.
2 points is
That's a
insanity.
bye and home ice.
Yep. Now,
Like I
when
look
I'm-
at the Big Ten, it's not really close. CCH, okay, hang on. The top 4 in the CCHA are all within 2 points, so that's sick.
yeah, I mean, like,
ECAC's pretty. Quinnipiac's running away with it. There's some
Yeah, it's-
battles there for
it's-
home ice
it's
in the
still
first
going.
round. Hockey East is getting kind of fun. NCHC is kind of getting
Nate.
fun, but
Nate,
Atlantic Hockey's Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Hi. You're on air again. You're gonna be on YouTube.
Here comes Zoe.
We're almost done. Don't worry.
Maybe.
We'll be out. I'll be out in a minute. Oh God, we'll talk about it afterwards. You're still being recorded.
I can cut it out.
Okay, Zoe has to cut this part out. No, she's not gonna do it. I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
Bye, Aaron.
That was hilarious yet again. So oh God, what was I saying again? Oh yeah. So my hope is Mercyhurst sweeps Niagara and that Air Force and AIC get wins in some capacity so that we get the Robert Morris goes to Dwyer playoff game. Because let me tell you something. My behind is there for that one. And I'm in red, white, and blue.
No, because we're going to be at Robert Morris or at Mercyhurst for the CHA championship
Okay,
game.
good point. That's very true. We're not going to be there. I will be
On
there
the
in
off
spirit in
chance
red,
that
white, and
we're
blue.
not,
We're there in red, white, and blue.
we're at Dwyer in red, white, and blue.
Oh my God.
My hope is that, like, if
Robert
that's
Morris's
the case,
band shows up
and
and joins forces with them.
Canisius is playing like an afternoon game for their semifinal, I would definitely do both. It's only like a 20-minute drive from
Yeah, it's
downtown
not bad.
Buffalo to Niagara Falls. It's not bad.
Not bad at all. So yeah, this season is standings wise is far from over. There is so much stuff that could happen. Now, unlike CHA, everybody makes it. So everybody's guaranteed to make the playoffs this year. It's just, will you have home ice? Will you have a bye? Will you not? Because there are
Will you
literally-
have home ice at all?
yeah, there are three teams
Because-
fighting for a bye. There are three teams fighting for home ice. Like, this is going to be insane.
What's crazy about the 5 seed is that, yeah, you get the bye, but you don't get home ice.
Yeah.
No, that's what's funny about it.
So all 3 teams are fighting for something in
Mhm.
that scenario. And they're all fighting for the ideal situation, which is the bye and home ice.
Yeah, which is the 4.
Glad we're not doing that.
Yeah, that couldn't be us.
Man, imagine
fine
having,
with that.
Imagine almost not imagine having to care about the last weekend of the season. Like,
I know, right? I know what that's
I
like.
mean, I do because I hate Canisius and
We're getting very cocky. I don't like that. So
I'm
let's stop
so
getting cocky.
sick of losing to Canisius in our building.
So let's change that and let's beat them twice. How does that sound?
Well, we only played them once in our building, so
So let's change
Doesn't
that.
mean
and
we
let's
can't beat them in both games this weekend, though.
Yeah, it's big fat. Let's just beat them twice. I'm saying sweep.
I'm going sweep.
I don't think we're gonna take all 6. I think we take 5.
As long as we win Saturday, that's all I care.
Good enough.
That we want to win, but I want to win Saturday. I want to go into the postseason on a win.
Yes.
That is what you want.
Mhm.
Going on a high note.
Yeah, gonna be fun
It's gonna be very fun.
for sure.
Anything else to add, lads, before we wrap it up?
Go Lakers.
Sure.
Just because I hate Niagara.
Yeah, Niagara, you know my thoughts on you. You can go into that nice place down under that's all full
I
of
made
fire
my
and stuff.
thoughts very clear during the post game of the game at GPC a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that was a fun episode. With that being said, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you've not already, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified when all new episodes go live. In the description of the episode will be links to social media. Instagram is pretty big. We finally crossed 2,000 followers. Let's go. Discord is still there. We will be planning all kinds of, the trip to Canisius is already being planned. So if you want to go out there, hop in there and take a look at it. Playoff hockey is approaching for the men's side. Playoff hockey is here for the women's side. So get in there if you want to be a part of it.
There are also people planning on going to Penn State this weekend, and part of the
Correct.
band is going as well. So,
ooh, that's even better. So if you want to get in with those guys and go to Penn State for the women, it's there. You can hop in. You can do it. It's fantastic. You'll have a lot of fun. Go, be loud, show that we're the best. Prove that we are the best fan base in hockey. We already know that. We already got the award for it. Prove we earn it. Prove we earned it. That's all you got to do. Go there, be loud, be proud. That's all we're asking. With that being said, Thank you for watching. We will see you guys this weekend. Go Tigers.
Roll Tide.
Clean up in Pagula. I think we're gonna need. Wow, I butchered that.